Yes.
Yes, go ahead. Oh, now it's streaming. All right, folks. It's Thomas from the Booze and BJJ podcast. We have some technical difficulties, but we are in fact live, and we're waiting for our special friend, special guest, our good friend, Will, to get back, and we will start the show.
Went to go get his booze. I think.
I think.
Anyways, let me start it off then.
Sure,
I
Frankie.
haven't been. I haven't been here in like what 3 episodes.
How
I know
has your week gone?
it's doing good. No, I'm kidding.
Jerk. No. How's your training going?
Training sucks right now. Just a lot of work with work, I guess. But teaching is going good. Muay Thai's the classes at Chantilly MMA are starting to get bigger and better. These guys are starting to look like an actual Muay Thai fighters. Which I must say about the jiu-jitsu guys have tight hips when it comes to kicking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. More and then as since I'm new to being an instructor, it's really like frustrating because like I can teach people like that don't know anything, but you guys that do jiu-jitsu like tight from the hips.
Well, folks got to do more of those like hip flexor exercises and stuff.
Yeah. But all in all, it's been good. Hopefully, I'm trying to this summer get into a fight, Muay Thai or MMA. So me and Sugi are going to talk about that shortly here in a couple weeks, and then you'll see me go from big to small. So we'll see.
All right.
Yeah.
So Wole, you haven't been here in a while. What's been going on with you? How's your week of training going?
Sure. I'm eating some delicious pizza here. Last week,
What kind?
like a local pizza store. It's pretty good.
Okay. Let's try this again.
Oh,
what kind of pizza?
This one's kind of like a margarita, and it has like some sweet bell peppers and stuff on it.
Okay, so it's not a kid-safe pizza. So go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I was out of town last week for work. I think before that, something else. So I'm getting back into training this week. Done a couple of classes. I did the comp class tonight. I've had it on, so it was great to see folks and Coach Isaac too, and Saida and folks like that. So yeah, hopefully I'm gonna start getting back again into it in next week. And drinking bourbon, Woodford Reserve.
Oh shit! I forgot my drink. But go ahead.
Woodford Reserve. Go ahead.
All right. That's good. Well, I'm glad you're back. Like, I'd say I missed you, but that would be explaining too much. And our good friend Will is with us tonight, just straight off his win at Copa Elite.
Ooh.
So
Win.
we'll get into that after the introductions. But Will, how's your week going?
My week of training has been shit, guys. I ain't gonna lie. It happens after every tournament, like after all that build up, and you're like, everything just hurts now. So this week was light. Just came back from an open mat and got my ass kicked a little bit tonight, but it was well deserved. I was being a little bit lazy and just I gotta step up the next couple of days, so it's gonna be good.
You're coming off of a tournament win. You're allowed to.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna ask, does Dala like okay? You came off a win, you still got to roll.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like if I'm there, like you have to give out effort. Like it's not gonna be no half-ass. Like if you're there, you better be there and be prepared.
Mm-hmm.
No.
So
especially if he's watching, if he's just watching too. Oh yeah, everybody's tearing up. Everyone's tearing up.
So
you gotta wait for him to turn his head, and then you relax. And when he starts watching again, you step it up.
see, my students are starting to do that, and I get on like, yo, we're gonna do this right. We're gonna do this right. Hold on. I'm
Frankie's
going
old.
to the guys that do Muay Thai in my class. They know Wednesdays I try to kill them. Like I try to like give them a good like midweek like pump. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely feel
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, like no, I've gotten the butt whooping from Sugi. Literally, that man made me see light.
No, I was just kind of shocked that I could roll 35 minutes with him without like gassing out.
Have you rolled with Sugi, Will?
Yeah, so the
Yeah.
first time I rode with Sugi, right? Knows this story. So I was at Dallas at Friday Night Open Mat. Sugi comes in, right? And this is when I'm a wipeout, still a little knucklehead. Like I'm thinking, like, all right, people can be a little bit light to me, but I realized like maybe the first 2 weeks in there, like no one, like everyone's going to just go balls to the wall. You're gonna have to just survive. And I remember I was just warming up, and Sugi came on, and Dollar was like, "We'll roll with Sugi." I'm like, "All right, cool." Like guys, like 145 ish, 5'3", 5'4". I'm like, "All right, it's gonna be. All right. I'm at least gonna have a little bit of strength with him, right?"
Was he a black belt then, or?
Oh yeah, he was a black belt.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't know he was a judo guy because Dollar didn't tell me nothing. I've been tossed left and right on the mats for about 5-6 minutes, and by the time the bell is done, rings it out, and I look over at Dom, I'm like, oh, and he's just like he's laughing at this point.
He set
He's a
you up.
black belt in judo, and I was like, thanks for the heads up, Dollar. Thank you. Like
Yeah,
I roll with him. He one of the hardest rolls I ever had.
I love it because all of us have a, you know, first time we rolled with Sugi story.
Yeah.
Like mine was first time I rolled with him, you know, same thing, tossing me around. He goes knee on belly, I tap. That was a white belt. I tap and he's like, no tap for knee on belly. Fuck.
Yeah. So I rolled with Sugi, but I mean I got my ass no doubt, but his was more with me. It was like more like the pressure.
Yeah.
It wasn't. I'm not throwing you around, Frankie. I'm pressuring my whole body weight on you, and it's like, all right, and I know that mentality. Like, okay, I got choked. All right, tap. Let's go again. I'll try to keep going with Sugi, even though I'm getting my ass handed to me. But I'll try to keep going until he's done with me.
The interesting thing is, you know, there's the physical pressure, like the actual his body on top of you with the pressure, and then there's kind of like pressure and when you're doing stand up where he's just constantly coming at you, and you know you have to you have to be on your toes. You have to be mindful of what he's doing. Else, like you're saying, you're just gonna get tossed around.
See, and the thing is, you think you have a game plan with Sugi, but you don't. You just don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely feel that. Like you first, like maybe 30 seconds to a minute, you feel like you good. You might have something, and then he does one move or one like movement, and you're like, I don't have it. It's not.
I don't have a counter to that.
Yeah. Let's see a super fight. Let's go, Will. You're on the totem pole right now.
Wait. Hold on. Before we do that, Frankie, folks on Twitch are saying your mic is a little low. So.
Oh, it's not my mic. It's just my head. Hold on. Let me tie up my hair. Hold on.
He has to get beautified real quick.
I mean,
Jason Momoa.
You know, I was trying to figure
Aquaman.
Can't hear you guys, but I see you guys smiling. So I'm smiling.
That's how we should promote these podcasts. It's like we got Jason Momoa on. We just got
I heard that
a lot
one.
of people.
and the pebble. Like, not the rock, like a smaller.
All right, my people from Twitch, can y'all hear me now? I hope they can hear me.
You actually sounded louder without the headphones on.
But you can't hear us then.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Well, let's play it by ear. They can hear me better after I'm done. Now that time, because my hair covers the mic sometimes.
That sounds better, actually.
Yeah.
All right, so Will
from Twitch, please let Thomas know if I sound better. Give like a thumbs up or something. Can they put thumbs up?
They'll let me know.
How many followers do we have right now?
3.
Oh, nice.
Well, welcome you three.
Well, welcome.
Yeah, welcome.
Special welcome to you guys.
Thanks
All
for
right,
joining
so
us.
Will Copa Elite, walk us through it.
All right. So Copa Elite is run by Dimitri. He normally runs the Copa Virginia tournaments out here in Virginia. Really nice guy, really smart guy, and he decided to do Copa Elite, which is going to be a super fight card. Now, I know Thomas, I talked to you about this last time about how I got into the card, but Wally and Frankie, y'all don't know how I got into it. So, along with my jiu-jitsu prowess, I also do stand up and I have a podcast as well. So I have that's why this mic is bigger than my face.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, I'm like, you have the whole get up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I got
hold
the
on.
whole get up. I have a whole soundboard right now. I can like make sounds,
Oh,
everything.
you got your whole like stream deck and stuff.
Oh yeah, I got
Yeah,
all.
drop your
Yo.
podcast.
Oh, my
Yo.
podcast name is Dreams Not Fame Podcast. Please follow us on Spotify, Apple, and our YouTube page as well. A new video should be coming out in the next couple weeks. I'm working on that, so stay tuned for that. But anyway, guys, so Copa Elite came out, and I originally was trying to MC for the event, so I actually talked to one of my friends to get to Dimitri, and I actually got to talk to Dimitri, and he was going to let me announce some of the fights because some of like my teammates on the card, Saeda and Diallo from the lab, so they were going to be on there as well. And it magically went to I got a call from Dimitri to, hey, we need someone to fight, right? Mind you, like I'm only preparing the MC. I've been helping one of my other friends as well, John Canny. Shout out to my boy. I was helping him because he was about to be on the card, but his opponent pulled out. So as soon as I knew his opponent pulled out, I knew Dimitri called me because me and him are the same weight. So I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do it because that's my boy. Like we train all the time. I'm already helping him prep. I'm not gonna do it. And that's out of respect and everything like that. Now me and him talked on the side. I'm like, look, if we were at like Abu Dhabi something, it'll be all smack all day. It wouldn't be no problem. But we ain't gonna do nothing for some backyard event, right? So I was like, nah, I'm good. And then his opponent, which was my opponent, Jake Humphreys, he got called up, and John was like, no, what? I don't want this. And Demetri hit me back up again. He's like, hey, Will, do you want to still join the fight? And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I'll take a shot. Let me take a crack at the kid. So that's how I ended up on the card. Like, it went from emceeing to actually being third on the card. So, and I didn't really, like, it was just all conversations in like maybe 12 hours. Like, and so I ended up on the spot. So I started training hard about 5-6 times a week. And then we get to this event. Now, this event is actually in my hometown, Manassas. So I'm especially, like, really proud of myself actually going back home after moving away from a little bit and actually doing an event over there. When we got there, the back room was set up. It was beautiful. Like it wasn't not like fight to win guys, but it was like it was on the up and up. You know what I mean?
Question: isn't that the same place where they do Kajilla and the TCB now?
Yes, that is
Okay, that's why it looked familiar. I was like, place looks familiar. I was like, I think that's where they do it, and I was like, and now that you confirmed that, yeah, that place is pretty dope looking.
It's pretty dope. The service is wonderful. Everybody's over there.
Yes,
And they do each setup like you said, like TCB and Kzilla, they're all set up different. And I actually like that. So they had the so for this event they actually had the not rage, the raised what's it called mats. So you had to walk up to the mats. Like very professional. Had the overhead screen. So everybody could see on TV. It was very like the layout was beautiful.
It's like mini Abu Dhabi.
Oh, mini Abu Dhabi. They were in the backyard of Virginia. It was fucking fantastic. So,
but
mhm.
yeah, that place is pretty cool because TCB, man, people were getting tore up, man. I saw like they were getting drunk. Not even the first fight as it came out. People were just getting messed up. Good place to go see fights, man. I tell you what,
it's a great place.
very good, very good.
Manassas, state class of Manassas. But now like so we went and so I already knew. I was like, well, if you see in that picture that I post online, Thomas, like I'm walking out and I look so pissed off. The reason why I was pissed off walking to the event, walking up to the mat, was because they played the song wrong. Yes, they couldn't find my original walkout song, so they stuck me with King of Jamrock, which I have no problem with because it's in my playlist. I love the fucking song, but I expected a certain song because you like train with that song, you know, like everything. Like that's how I do.
Psychological, yeah.
Psychological, you know what I mean? So I'm already geared up, ready to go, pissed off, right?
Yeah.
And the one thing I would say about the event is I wish I don't know how to do TCB or Kzilla, and I talked to Dimitri about this. They need to separate the fighters because you can see how warming up. I don't know how TCB, but they didn't do a blue corner and the red corner. There we go. Yeah,
Yeah.
that picture right there. That picture. That's that. You see that guy on the left right over there? Like it looked like I owe him money or something.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, okay, so the old PCB was at the Eagle Shooting Range arena. And they had two separate rooms at that time because I fought there. And and it was awkward because when you walk out to go to the stage,
Mhm.
you kind of are facing each other, and it's like, yeah, whatever. But I see what you're saying, how they need to split up the fighters.
Yeah.
But I think that's because they only have one room
Yeah,
for
and there's nothing they can do about that, or at least give us a screen or something. Because I think
right.
our fighters, I'm including myself, couldn't warm up properly. Like when I was warming up, I couldn't warm up what I normally do because my guy's like probably 3 steps to my right. Like I'm not gonna show off anything when I got there. So
Yeah.
he gets on the stage, I get on the stage, we shake hands, everything, boom, and I immediately knew as soon as I grabbed him because I saw what he was kind of doing in the back. I knew what to prepare for. So hold up, can you actually pull up the video on here? Or is going to be a problem on the sound? Because it's actually on YouTube right now.
Let's try it. I think it should be okay, but I can
But
immediately hear it if it's going to be garbled.
Nah,
well,
if you mute on the YouTube, you should be fine.
Okay, we'll give it a shot.
so what song were you gonna walk out to?
Cam and Saw by Young Thug.
Oh, okay. Yeah. See, I got pissed off with TCB. Well, because I wanted to walk out a song too. It was supposed to be "Gangster's Paradise" by Coolio, but they didn't end up playing it, and I was like walking out, and I'm like, "This is not my song."
Please, you won't have
So
to fight.
I got even more mad. I was like, "I'm gonna hurt this guy because they didn't even play my song right."
Hold on.
Man, Miley Cyrus partying in the USA. There you
Oh
go.
God, yo! If you walk out with that Wole
Awesome.
ever, I do not know you in public or nothing.
Hey, people, people are gonna underestimate you with that kind of music.
Nah.
It's a cool song.
Listen, listen. If you walk out to that song, you better lay an ass whooping. If you ain't laying that ass whooping,
That's what I'm saying, man.
you better quit. You better quit jujitsu. You better quit any martial arts. You go play soccer somewhere or something like that.
Yeah. So
We love soccer, folks.
oh, yeah.
Video's almost
Y'all like
ready.
soccer?
Hold on.
Before we
No. I'm just saying. Don't listen to what Frankie's saying. Soccer is great. I don't want to lose any soccer viewers, Frankie.
Listen. This is all I gotta say about soccer. Okay, back in 1998, where Brazil and France and Germany, all those real soccer players, when they were elbowing each other in the face and they still got up, doesn't compare nothing to the guys like now. Now, guys, you just my whole arm just blew off.
yeah,
You know,
I
it's like,
give you that. I give you that.
yeah.
There's
Back in the day,
people
soccer.
doing that to us.
I like soccer back in the day when it was like rugged,
Yeah.
tough, and like guys would come out with black eyes and bloody noses and stuff like that. Nowadays, man, these guys are wearing like 5 pounds of gel in their hair.
All right, let's see
Sorry.
this next week. All right, not too bad. Do we still have volume from everybody else?
Yeah, I can still hear you.
All
It's just it's a little choppy on my end. But
it's decent on mine.
is this your competition, Gee?
Yes, but I did not have the one thing I had bad thing about it is I did not have my patch in time for this.
The Hyperfly.
Yeah, it's Hyperfly, but it was super light. Like that's my favorite gi. I rolled with it actually today.
How much was that, Gee?
$99.
I gotta talk to Saeed to get some Hyperfly geese.
Yeah.
She's like promoting them, isn't she? Or is she sponsored by
Yeah,
them?
she's sponsored. Yeah.
She's sponsored.
Okay.
So yeah, this is Jake Humphreys. Like I could tell, like the way he was just walking, he was like, "I'm just gonna shoot." So like first, like stand up, the way we gripped, like it wasn't really. I honestly, I love my performance here, because at a certain point it became more of a chess match to a points match to victory instead of like a more submission. But I was trying my best, and he stopped me pretty well. I was trying my best to try to get in my spots, and he was not allowing it whatsoever.
It's funny if you see this guy outside without his gi, you just think he's just like some normal, regular dude.
Yeah, maybe. I 6 years in the game. Yeah. Oh, the one thing I would think is funny though when we're warming up, right? So we you see I'm doing the step back and forth. I'm mimicking him on the other side. The whole time there's a video of me just swaying back and forth in his
Yeah, I see.
rhythm. Cause I'm like, I'm gonna just mirror you just to mess with you real quick. Cause I was just like so freaking
See,
point.
see, that's good. Like a mind game
That's
right there.
Frankie's. That's
Yeah,
Frankie's partner right there.
yeah. You like playing mental game with people.
Oh
Okay, I
man,
see.
every time like this, it becomes more like when you get higher up in jiu-jitsu, I do definitely believe like the gap definitely closes, and
Yeah,
it's whoever becomes who's first, and then who's also the most like cerebral in the way they think. Like that's why I said like towards the end of this match, I became more cerebral in the way I was moving because of that. So as we're getting up here, right, we're going. I could tell he's backing
Mm,
up, so he was pulling me
yeah.
away to create that space. I was like, nope, we're not going. Right, so he's pulling my head in, he's pulling my head in. Right, I'm like, all right, he's not gonna try to shoot again, so I definitely know he's gonna try to pull guard because I just stopped one of his things. Like a lot of people against me do not like to put like play up top. Right, I don't know
yeah.
why, but it's just it is what it is. Now we get here, like Thomas, you've seen this every day when you try to shoot triangles on me. That's just gonna be better.
Mm.
Do the whole dollar stink pass. Like I took my
I
time.
like that. Like the whole back foot step all the way back.
Yep,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
gotta create the space.
But
'Cause-
also, it's just the kind of the leverage, so you can't push back into it. You also have that, you know, force going forward.
Yeah, and what I really liked about that scramble there, I kept with his hips the entire time.
Mm.
Like when I couldn't get to his back and he kept on moving around, I'm like, no, I'm gonna chase you until you get tired. Because I'm like, I'm staying right here. I'm gonna stay in this half guard. This is where I'm comfortable
Mm.
at. This is where I get my bread and butter. Like he's trying to get underneath of me. I'm like, I'm not letting it happen.
So it's like a half guard, but you're staying high.
Yeah, I'm staying high.
Yeah.
Because I know right now he's trying to exuberate all the energy to get me to try to sweep me right
Yeah. Yeah. It
now.
looks
See,
like he's going for like a deep half, but you're stopping that.
Yep. And what I like here is when I put my arm inside, right? And that really stops
Mm.
his movement a little bit. You can see my hand. Now I'm on his hip. I'm just
Mm.
stopping that leg, like I'm holding it. I'm waiting to have his elbow open up so I can cut my hand in one more time. But he's
Mm.
just trying to get deep underneath me at this point. I think at this point we probably got a stalling uh,
Mm.
point because we're just sitting here. I'm waiting for him to try something. Because what I'm ideally thinking is he's trying to get deep underneath me. I think he's trying to do De La Hiva, trying to get at least underneath me for more
Mm.
comfortable. But no, I'm
But
just
I feel like at this point you should just kind of like backed up, turtle, and then get back out.
if he would have turtled here, because he felt me coming forward. Like if he tried to open up, I would have definitely flattened him out. It had been hard.
Yeah.
That's what the game was towards the end.
yeah.
Mm.
He's trying to lift that leg up so you won't have like good.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's stalling.
Yep. There's a stone right there. Right when I'm about to move,
Mm.
he does the stalling. I'm like, all right. So I'm waiting. I finally got my hips underneath him a little bit. Got my knee out a little bit. Now I'm just trying to get my leg out.
Yeah, I guess he's trying to stop you from passing into like side control or something.
Yep.
Well, I don't think I've ever tried to triangle you.
I think he tried once.
Oh yeah, I think
You
maybe
got you
you're right.
got. Does the KT tape actually help or?
It actually did. So my back was a little bit tight before I got into this match.
Okay.
Actually, shout out to Mel Lewis, Black Belt out of the lab. He had the Thero body gun. I actually just bought
Mm.
one. Helped out my back so much. At that point, I really didn't need it. But I just taped it up regardless because I felt a little bit stiff this morning. Um,
Let's come back to that. I got something to say about that. But it's not
I was
bad.
like, oh man, what kind of tattoo do you have?
uh,
No, it's tape.
it stayed on the entire time, surprisingly. All right, so
Yeah,
now,
like athletic tape stays on for like a good minute.
yeah. So I finally got enough leverage underneath of him getting leg pants. I'm like, all right, now I'm pretty
Yeah.
good. Like his arms a little too
Let's see.
high. Like I know I can come back to get the trying to
Classic.
get underneath of me. Got the crossface,
Nice.
got my points here. I'm just waiting so I can see me looking at the clock, looking at him. I'm like, all right, I'm getting my points. That's why, like the nod over there was to Christian. Shout out to Christian Banghart from it was a whole team affiliate affair. Like Christian from Vanguard also coaches at Pentagon now too. Um, was my coach that night. It was definitely good. Now here, this is where I said I messed up. Like normally, I get his shoulder underneath, well, basically across my chest here. I would easily take his back. That's why I came back in that situation because look, I'm getting a little bit higher. I was hoping to get the back from there, but that didn't happen. So I'm back in this half guard position, but I'm not again stopping that leg. Like I'm comfortable here. He doesn't have enough strength underneath me. Cause I know he's just bucking at this point. So again, got another position with the Kimura. But I knew if I did the Kimura here, I would have to give up a lot more space and he'll have a chance to come up top. So I was like, know what? It's not there. Let me just get the points. Again, stapling that leg down. I know it's not there yet, but I'm stapling him because he's trying to turn. That knee stops so much movement from that staple to that knee because I know he was trying to turn there. So again, tracking his hips, little knee on the back, tracking. Yeah, at that point, I knew he was tired. I think I'm up 3-0 right now. I think this is my last points right here.
Yeah, so much of jiu-jitsu is about hips.
Yep.
That's crazy, man, because you guys are tight at the hips.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we don't really. I think the difference is like with jiu-jitsu, you just need to move your hips. You don't have to move your legs really that much. So that's the difference with jiu-jitsu versus like with Muay Thai. You actually have to move your leg to kick.
Yeah. Now from here, I realized his hips is still not controlled, so I'm starting to play with a lot more hip grips now. Like make sure he's stapled on that side because that was a dominant position I should have never gave up or going back in the half guard. Like I made this longer than what it was supposed to be. So looking back at this, is like my fourth time looking back at it. I'm repeating the same things. Like at that point, I'm up 6-0. I'm just like, all right, he doesn't have anything at this point. So, yeah.
What gym is he from?
I think he's from Vincent something.
Is that Big Brothers or no?
No, nah. We don't play that again in this concept.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I said, Abu Dhabi is something different. Worlds is different. If we're doing, I don't think we'll ever do closeouts. If it were in the worlds, bro, we're not built like that. especially if it's affiliate gyms. No, like we rather scramble like that. That sideline. Have y'all ever been to DC Open before? Well, actually, DC Open is about to come back.
Yeah.
5th now.
Yeah. Who posted that up? I think somebody posted it up.
Yeah, so they're doing that June 25th. Now I'm definitely doing that. But have y'all been to DC Open prior to like COVID?
Yeah.
No. I mean, I just started. I'm a white belt in jiu-jitsu, so I'm a baby in all this, man.
All right.
Yeah, I competed there a couple of times.
Yeah, so I think that there was a couple times like we had big brothers in different brackets and different affiliates, and it'll be maybe 30 people deep on the sidelines, yelling, screaming, all this stuff. Like,
I mean, as big as the affiliates are, like just like all the sister gyms and stuff, you can't really avoid it.
No, you can't. Not in this area. If I still see someone like if I pass my weight class and I go to like absolute, I got somebody from my gym and they're in absolute with me, then it's gonna be it's gonna be more than a dap. It's gonna probably be a dap and a hug, and we're gonna go from there.
I got to get to purple belt quick so I could go up against you, Thomas.
Well, like you want to go up against everybody, but
yeah, I do.
You still gotta get through me first.
True.
How long you been a blue belt, Wally?
For about, I want to say like
2 years. More than that.
Wait.
Okay.
About 3 years, 3 or 4 years.
Well, didn't we get our blue belts at the same day?
No, you got yours before me. I got mine after the next round with like Michael and other folks. Yeah. But yeah, it's like during COVID, I wasn't really training because it's like I was trying to, I was doing some of the virtual stuff,
Yeah.
and then my kids, I didn't really want to be training and not have them vaccinated and stuff like that. So I was staying away from training for a while. So I lost a good year and a half.
Will, what did you use? Like, what kind of training did you use for this competition? Like
Oh,
coming up to it.
So my
yeah,
main
I was gonna ask about that.
no worries. My
Yeah,
main
you do.
thing was
Okay. Oh, I was gonna say, do you have like when you're competing, do you have kind of like 2 months out, 1 month out, couple of weeks out, and do you have kind of like a training regimen, and do you also have supplemental stuff like cross training and weights and all that stuff?
so what I really do. I was telling this to Thomas earlier. Like I really didn't need to get prepared because I'm always prepared. I work out 5-6 times a week. So when I got the call, which was like a month out, I'm already in game. Now it's just a game plan mode. But my regular regimen has always been maybe if I got this out 2 months earlier, it would have been probably a little bit heavier in the first month. Cut that a little bit back within like 2 weeks. Do high rep, low weight, and then the last week and a half, it's gonna be straight running. Um, with this one, since it was a little bit short notice, I lifted weights up until for like 3 weeks. I did probably one hard week, or maybe not even a hard week. I did probably 1 or 2 hard lifts a day. Um, to do that, like not a day, my bad, a week. So it'd be like probably like Tuesday to Thursday, and Thursday would be my hard lift days. And on top of that, I kind of like I trained jujitsu, of course, but I kind of revved it up. Like I was at Dollars on Mondays. I went to Pentagon for lunch on Tuesday, Thursdays, and I went to Dollars Tuesday, Thursdays. My off day was kind of like Wednesday sometimes. Dollar Fridays, whereas like I kind of come up with a game plan what I want to do tonight. Do I want to play more top? Do I want to do more bottom?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm doing bottom, am I working guard? Am I working half guard? If I'm working spider. So that's how I do that. And then my Saturdays, I kind of train with cross train all the time. I sometimes go to affiliate school, but most of the time I work at High Noon or Silverback on Saturdays because they have a complete different style. Like some guys my same weight, so it's like I got a whole different type of jujitsu. Let me see what works, and I take down what worked, what didn't work, and I continue from there. But it really didn't have to rev up for it. Now, since, for example, like could DC open right now, to get a little more detail on that. Now, since that's coming out and it's June 25th, um, I probably still won't heavy lift. I'll probably heavy lift again, maybe 1 or 2 days a week. But I'm waiting for another opportunity on June 4th on the RJCC one card to see how that levels out as well. So it's just still the same thing. Like I'm right. Like it's never when you rev up for tournaments, you shouldn't have to rev up for tournaments. If your regimen is you trust in your regimen and trust in your stuff, then you should be coming in with that same mindset. You might have to tweak one thing or two, but not go like, all right, I'm trained 3 days a week. Let me go to 5, 6 days a week because sometimes people's bodies don't make it to that date, you know.
Now, what weight do you usually compete at?
So I've kind of mastered my weight a little bit. So I did. I originally was 250 pounds when I first started jujitsu. Uh,
God damn.
yeah, I was heavy. Me and him were the same weight.
Mm-hmm.
I was 250, 5'9". I power lift, so it was just one of those things. And then once I got to jujitsu and did my cardio, got down to 230, and then I got the eating right, got down to 200. Now,
Okay.
when I got down to 200, my body wasn't right. I felt like I had the speed, but I didn't have the strength. So once I was like, all right, if I want to go up, well, you're gonna have to deal with bigger guys. You have to come with that. That's the sacrifice you come with.
Yeah.
It. You got to deal
Yeah.
with bigger guys with bigger weights, and so on and so forth. So lately, it's been around 205 to 210. Now for this match, it was 210. I actually was like 214 at the beginning of the week. I got down to 207 by Saturday, and that was just
So you're telling me that guy was 210 pounds?
they said he was 210.
There's no way that dude was 210.
He checked weight. He checked weight. he was 210. People
He
can't
must
believe
have.
I'm 210. I tell it's all in the ass. Like people do not believe me when they see me. I'm 210. I'm probably 215 right now because I'm a fat boy at 8 and I got a little drunk after the show. So I definitely know my weight's not there right now. But yeah, I'm 210, and I'll probably be if DC Open's happening. I'll probably be in the. I think is there a 210 division in DC? I forget.
Yeah, I don't think so. That might be the.
I think that's
That might
Grappling
end up being
Industries.
like the super heavy.
You're a big biggin,
Yeah,
man. If you're 5'9" and you're 210.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm
because
about.
I know like I used to compete at around 200, like 180 to 200, and I was like medium heavy.
Cause I'm 5'10" at friggin' 240.
Well,
Ish.
Will's got like
You
10 pounds
be
on me
tall in
now.
that division. Like you have to deal with. I remember one time I did super heavy at 240. I had to deal with a guy who was 6'3". I was like, no sir.
When I went to when I went to compete at what's that tournament in Maryland? I forgot the name of it.
Grappling.
Grappling Industries.
Grand Blue Industry.
Yeah.
I was at 245, and there was guys bigger than me, taller than me. I was like, gee, and I was the smallest guy there. I was like, this is some BS.
Yeah, I'm scared of that super heavy man.
He's different.
It,
Yeah, because you can get
It's
it's
so,
a crapshoot. It's a crapshoot. You can get what
dude.
I,
There was this.
I think. Yeah, I think like right now I'm probably in super heavy. I'm like like
Oh,
six
I'm in super heavy. I gotta be
20.
208
Yeah,
with the gi. God damn.
208. Yeah, yeah.
Damn.
Come to my Muay Thai class. I'll kill those 8 pounds like that.
Wait, you said you have to be 208?
I have to be 204, 205
With gi,
with
right?
the gi.
hmm
I have to be 205 personally to be 208 in the gi.
How much is a gi usually? Like a
Like
2 pounds?
Flies are
pounds,
like the
about 5
lightest gi
pounds.
you can ever get.
But
And
what
what do those go around? Like what 5 pounds? Like what? Sorry, two
it's
pounds.
probably like 3 pounds.
Yeah.
So what's the top of the weight class of the no, what's the bottom of the super heavy?
So super heavy is 222
220 starts at 222 with gi.
with the gi.
Yeah, okay.
No, the cap is 222. There's no in between. The cap is 222. If you do after 222, good luck in ultra heavy. Um,
Oh, so super heavy.
You said good luck at ultra heavy. Jeez.
You're saying the super heavy is 222 cap. What's the bottom of the super heavy?
the bottom of the super heavy you have to be is 209.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah. Never mind. I'm not doing DC.
yeah.
Can't drop that in a month, man.
Heavy. I mean, then under that, I used to compete at. See, when I got down to the like 200 weight, I got down to like 190 for medium heavy from IBJJ up.
Yeah.
And I did not like it. I did not like
Really?
it. I hated it.
Why?
Hated it. I hated that weight.
So this was a topic that I kind of wanted to bring up today about one of those UFC fighters today.
Oh, the 0.5 over?
The 0.5 over. That 0.5, it's a 1 pound in cutting weight is like hell on earth. All right, guys. So like when I cut weight, like I've seen people cut weight and I've cut weight myself. And I think I've tried to fight one time and I had to lose 30 pounds in a month, and I did it. The week came where it was a week out before the fight, and my fighter pulled out. Yeah, it was heartbreaking, but man, it is just for 0.5. You gotta like almost train for like an hour or hard, especially when you're dehydrated. You don't have food. You have nothing coming out of you.
Dead on the scale already.
Yeah. You know Conor McGregor? Conor McGregor would drop to what 155, and he walks around 180. So he drops all that weight and then rehydrates at 155. So I know what Will's talking about, like how he's like, oh, I didn't feel right. Is it because you didn't hydrate the proper way, or is it because that weight wasn't for you? Like you weren't used to that weight.
Nah, it was. Nah, I just felt like I gained speed, but I lost my strength.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
my game is a very power game. Um,
Yeah. Okay.
but that was
Mm.
way back at a white belt. So I mean, if I did it now, which I highly doubt, I would get back down to 190. Because I feel more comfortable to banging with the 210s. I feel a lot more comfortable banging with the 210s
You
now.
know, I don't know. Like right now, I'm like I think I'm like 220,
Mhm.
and I'm just so used to. I've been competing at like medium heavy, like as a like 180, 190, so kind of approaching the top of the medium heavy, and I felt comfortable at that. So I'm just wondering if I should drop down to that, or if I should just like accept reality and start training at like ultra heavy,
So you saying what's your weight right now?
like
Time. Time.
220.
Time. I think Thomas has his
Oh wait,
announcement. Go ahead, Thomas.
what's up?
So Wale and I kind of switched body weights.
Oh, I
So
thought you were gonna say something about the
Yeah,
streaming.
this happens every
oh
podcast.
no, this happens every podcast. But to answer your question, Wale,
Yeah.
go back to the weight you were before COVID.
Mm.
I don't know. I don't know if you'd like competing
Yeah.
at this weight.
What's my
What
stream
was your
count? What's
weight?
my stream count?
We're still at 3.
Hey, solid three.
Welcome.
Tres
Yeah.
Welcome three.
amigos.
Yeah, I don't know. It just, I think maybe it's just more of a psychological thing. Like, maybe I should try and compete at this weight and see if I like it and then keep it but it's mostly fat that I have to drop. It's not like I'm like, 220 with muscle. So it's either like drop the fat, replace it with muscle, or just like drop just weight in general and get back to medium heavy.
Honestly, well, technically for grappling injuries, that weight is comfortable. I think that's perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm.
IBJJF is a different beast.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody is more cutthroat at IBJJF. That's just personal opinion. You got different people. Yeah, Brazilians coming in from Brazil for these things. Like it is no joke. Honestly, that group right there between 208 and 222, that's about a 14-pound gap limit. And honestly, you're about how tall, Wally? You about what?
Six.
6? That's actually pretty. You gotta get comfortable pushing that weight. That's the thing. Like, if you're not
Mm,
comfortable pushing that weight yet, that's completely understandable. If you need to cut down for that, then go
mm,
to heavy and get under the 205, 204 mark. That's great. But it's a month out. I mean,
yeah.
you can do it.
No, like I mean, not for DC Open because like I don't want to. I can do it, but I don't want to put that kind of stress on my like mental stress and like physical stress. But
Not
like,
month out.
yeah, I'm thinking about just like going forward. Is it like you know just get comfortable with the weight I am at now, or go back to like the medium heavy where I'm used to competing at that weight.
Get comfortable because I don't think you can you sustain that weight for the longevity of how long you go going to keep
Yeah,
competing for.
yeah, that's true. And I'm getting older too, so hey,
Yeah.
that you know,
Yeah, my main thing was like, look, I walk around 210. I'm like, all right, cool. Let me get chiseled down to 210 that I feel comfortable at that I can push people around. So I'm like, all right, I fluctuate. I'm 215. I'm about 215 right now. I get 5 pounds down in 2 weeks. It'll be no problem with the regimen that I have. But it's just that, I'm sorry, I'm looking over this. I'm looking at this weight. It's just that even when I'm looking at IBJJF right now, I'm like, I'm comfortable. If we're a month out, oh no, I'm gonna see where I feel at 215. I've never done super heavy division at I mean at IBJJF. I feel like that's gonna be intriguing. I think it's gonna be a lot more. Uh, it's gonna be a lot of control game. I think it's gonna be a high judo game in that area. So I think you gotta prepare yourself for that.
yeah,
Um, but it's just you gotta get comfortable with that weight. I just had the fortunate enough that I deal with a lot of heavyweights over at Dollars. That
yeah, yeah.
I deal with like Brian,
Yeah,
Bill.
and I mean, and that's the thing too. It's like I'm not used to dealing with the larger guys. Like a lot of times when I train, it's like maybe I'll find one or two guys who are my height and my size, but everybody else is either shorter and bigger or just like shorter and lighter. So it's just hard to kind of gauge my game
But
based on what I have to train with.
that was
Yeah,
the.
I give props to the female out there that take on like bigger dudes or bigger guys against
Yeah.
them, because like Angie, she man, she be rolling around with these boys and they're putting working, but she's putting them
Mhm.
to work, and she's a
Yeah.
small guy. She's a small gal.
Yeah, but to Angie, Kathy, and like a couple other ladies at Pentagon, like full credit to, because a lot of the guys at both gyms did not go easy on them.
Yeah.
And
Even
Angie's,
Saida, when she had
Or
that training session with you guys, I mean, she was kind of the smallest person there, but I mean, she probably puts a hurting on people too.
Yo,
yeah,
Michaela too.
yeah,
all female jiu-jitsu practitioners can scrap.
hmm
Yeah, no
Scrap,
Yeah.
doubt,
they
no
scrap.
doubt.
Some I can honestly say maybe better than the men, cause they
Well,
don't
so
give a fuck. They
yeah, so
don't.
so this is my thing, okay, about female fighters, and
Mhm.
they go really hard because I
Mm.
believe that they think they have something to prove, maybe,
Well,
but
mm,
but I mean, I've seen some real man. I've seen one of these Pentagon trainers or the trainer over there. Um, she's a beast, man. She's a beast at sparring, and she comes in rough, And I've met some females that shoot, they've made me see some couple of lights once in a while here.
I think also it's because they look at the guys and the guys are bigger and it's like I in their mind they're like I could go as hard as I want. I'm not gonna hurt this big dude.
It still hurts,
well,
Yeah.
As a teddy bear inside, shit hurts.
that's not necessarily true with all the ladies because
No, no. Yeah.
Michaela has some submissions that I swear to God are either gonna shatter my jaw one day or break something. I don't know what black magic she uses, but her submissions just seem extra evil when she's rolling with me.
Yeah.
I was rolling with her today and I I I got in a couple of wrist locks because I wanted to end it quickly and I'm ashamed of
You said
myself.
I'm gonna go do some prison rules real quick and this little bit early. Yo, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Now, I'm looking at the
Uh,
fighters list right now. IBJJF.
Say again?
nah.
I'm looking at the fighters list on IBJJF right now.
Mm. Will, so that tape on your back, was it like a previous injury, or was it you were just not feeling right, or what was up with
Yeah.
that?
So I think that some time to time, and it's probably just mattress and just stretching stuff like that. I think that is one of the things. Um, I definitely when I do get on, like I'm training for a fight, I do go see a massage therapist probably
Hmm.
nights or a night before, just to give me some relax. And I actually got one on standby. Me and her are really cool friends, so she got a nice little spot. I just didn't get time in to go over there. Um,
Mm.
get some time. And normally I'm 100% fresh and not no have no hurts, but it was just a little strain. Just not. I didn't have well. On top of that, I was in a rental for 2 weeks, and the rental was horrible. I would never ever drive this type of car again. I
What
just
kind of
can't.
car was it?
It was a dude. So I found
Kia.
it was an Audi Q5, and
What?
it was an Audi Q5, right?
Okay.
And the reason why, and I'm a little bougie with my cars. I'm a Beamer guy. I'm a Beamer guy. All right. So
Okay. Okay.
my original Beamer, I just got in a car accident, and they just totaled that joint. So, and it was a 50/50 fault. I talked about that in the story. So they put me. I was like, I talked to the Enterprise people, right? And they were like, "What car are you driving?" I was like, "I drive a BMW." I was like, "I take a if you have a 3 series available, or you got one of the SUVs, I'll be completely fine with that. Thank you very much." Right? And I'm in Alexandria, so I'm assuming they might actually got this car, right? No, they gave me the sister Q5 Audi, right? And the it was a nice car on the inside. However, I could never get the C adjustment. Like it wasn't it for me. It wasn't. I can't.
Volkswagen
Gents,
bites the dust.
we have a question from Twitch.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
What is the one fight training you never forget? So I guess they're asking what is the one fight or training session that you'll never forget?
Mm, that's a good one. You know, I think the one fight the one training session I will always remember is, I think it was, I had this one Friday night with Dollar, right? I think I had a good 5, 6 minute round with him. And it was one of the first times like I was actually like doing some work, like not doing work on Dollar. I'm saying like I just passed the side control for like 2 seconds, and then I got back and it was a wrap from there. But I lately that session and a couple sessions after that, I think that I'm being a little bit greedy because I'm saying that it's one time, but I'm saying multiple. Um, that was the most eye-opening session I had, and it was like right before I got my purple belt,
Mm-hmm.
and I think right there it just everything clicked, and ever since that moment, it's just been like water for me as soon as I got my purple. So I think once I had that one session with him, I don't know, something just clicked after that.
Mm.
Wole. Cool.
Well, one training session I remember. Um,
Or a fight.
For a fight or a competition.
Training for a fight or a competition. Um, yeah, I don't know. I think it's kind of the same with like Will said. Um, there was just this one day when I was training for an upcoming competition, and it's kind of like I was going ups and downs, but not really hitting the not really hitting the mark in my head like where I should be. But there's this one day I came into class and it was basically, I think it was a competition class at Pentagon, and you know for that one day, it was just amazing. Like I was hitting all the moves that I needed to hit. I was like my game plan in my head. I was rolling it through my head, and I was hitting all the points that I wanted to hit. And that one day just felt like so great because it's like you always kind of have your ups and downs, but you always remember that one day when you had like a really good roll, or and afterwards I wasn't even really feeling tired, which was the great thing too. It's like I felt like I could keep going. So that's only happened a couple of times, but those are the ones that I remember.
So I'll go next. There's actually two specific training sessions that come to mind. One was one of the Friday training session, comp team class trainings that Sugi used to throw. It was so intense that 20 minutes in, I was physically just done. Like, I was just using sheer willpower to keep going to finish out the next 25 minutes. But my buddy Mike Giles pointed out to me that I was drooling at one point because of all the cardio that we were doing. And I was like, I'm drooling? What? That's kind of gross. Like, what are you talking about? And then I like wiped my mouth, and it was nasty. It was like just drool coming out of my mouth, like I was like a dog or something. But the second thing was when me and Wale were doing the what was it, 11 a.m. or noon training sessions with Levi?
Yeah.
Yeah, those were fun.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was like, yeah,
Those are
it was
Yeah,
me.
I miss those. Like I miss the ones with Levi's, but especially the ones with
Oh,
Sugi, like Friday comp trainings. It's just like it's
oh, black belt
I,
Levi.
Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot he was over there for a little bit.
yeah, yeah. He was there
He
for a little
was there. I
bit.
don't think he's there anymore.
No.
Yeah,
He moved. Yeah.
but yeah, it's just like those Friday comp training classes I miss because it's like leading up to Friday, like man, I don't really feel like doing this. I don't know if I want to do this. You get in there, you start putting the work in, and then afterwards you feel great. It's just I miss that kind of feeling of just constant, because it was just like we I think we should do like 7 minute rounds back to back with like maybe a minute rest, and then you just switch up. Yeah,
Mhm.
and then you don't do any cardio or any of the push-ups and all of that stuff. It's just like constant back to back.
I
Yeah.
think. Oh, go ahead.
No. Go ahead, Frankie. All yours.
Um, so mine was the first time that I got announced that I was gonna fight for Muay Thai. I was overweight like bad. I needed to be at 190, and I was like at 240.
Mm.
And so I had to drop all that in a month.
Wow.
So I was doing 2 a days, and I was eating like a little bit. And man, talk about moments where you broke down, and moments where you just want to give up, and moments where you just like, I can't do this, and they're calling you, and they're like pushing you, like let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. I think that was one because at that time when you're competing or fighting, you go into like the Shark Tank. So whoever is sparring that day, you're going with everybody for a good three
Yeah.
minutes each
Yeah.
person until you're done. And then after that, you go for a 2 mile run or 5 mile run or whatever it is, just to cut that weight. And it sucked because that last week, man, it when your trainer says, yeah, your fighter pulled out, it's like getting heartbroken.
Mm.
It
Yeah.
is the worst
Yeah.
feeling in the world because you're like, I just put all this time,
Yeah.
I just put all this effort, I just put all this work, I just put. You just basically made a relationship with this thing
Yeah.
for a month, loved it, hated it, cried with it, and then it left. Sounds like a bad relationship, Jesus.
No. I think competition itself is a relationship because
Mm.
it give it love, but sometimes it don't love you back.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the hard ones, but you gotta push through those, man. When like especially in relationships, man, like you gotta push those through those hard moments too, man. It's like, hey, what about get all like
Emotional.
uh,
Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
talk about our exes and stuff.
we already had a love and jiu-jitsu podcast a while
Yeah, we,
back.
we gotta do one of those, man. Those were good.
Mm.
We can do that next week. We can talk about
Well,
all
hold
the.
on. Yeah, let me backtrack real quick with about that tape with Lil.
Mhm.
So for one of my fights, Eric, he's a physical therapist.
Mhm.
He does like these little pinpoint massage things, man. I think that in every competition, even jiu-jitsu, there should be an in-house physical
Mm.
therapist to loosen your body up
Mhm.
and then do the warm-up. You feel different. Nothing's tight, everything's loose. They're looking at you and then they're like, all right, we'll do some adjustments here, they'll squeeze you here, pull here, rub you out here, and then it's like, all right, you're good to go, and then you're like performing like $1 million. So that's what I was thinking. I was like, man, if I'm pretty sure you wouldn't have to wear that tape if you had a physical therapist in house. So that's kind of an idea for these guys that are like, to
That
have
sounds
like
I think
that
Koa
sounds
has
like
that right now. To be honest,
yeah, that
what's
sounds like
that?
a nice.
I think Koa has an in-house massage therapist. Not
Yeah,
using the way you do, but I think they have one.
yeah,
But for me, you know what's the biggest reward through like the whole grit of it all is like I got one day I'm about to just pamper myself with all this for one day,
mm-hmm,
and then we're good to go for the next. So that's how I see it. Like I can understand the use for it, but at the same time, like that's why I got the Therabody gun that's gonna be
mm-hmm,
in a couple of days because I'm like the stuff I need something for like the times I can't get in there.
yeah.
Definitely help that loose up. Like I do love KT tape. Don't get it wrong. Um, I
I
do.
love KT tape, man.
It's kind of funny how all the like Olympic trends become like trends later on. Like KT tape was not heard of until you saw
Yeah,
these Olympians. These I think volleyball players had them, and
yeah.
cupping situation with the swimmer. Everybody
Triathletes too.
got cupping
Yeah.
now. So it's like
Haven't done the cupping yet, but I've heard.
I haven't either.
I don't know if I can get with the cupping. I need to see the
The
science
science
behind it.
behind it.
Yeah.
I don't,
Yeah.
don't
So
understand.
I've had cupping done when I was trying to fix a few things. It's interesting. That's the only thing I can say about it because it's a little weird, but also
Yeah.
comfortable. I don't know. Yes, sir.
Come on. So for our viewers, what cupping is basically a like a plastic or a glass cup,
Wow. Yeah.
and there is a little nozzle where it pulls vacuum, so it takes away the air that's inside the cup, and it goes onto your skin, and it pulls on your skin, and in some cases you can see the toxins, which is like blood that like comes through your pores, and it leaves this big old hickeys, and you look like a ladybug. So that's what cupping is for you people who don't know. And if you want to go way back, how they used to do it was they used to put alcohol in like a jar or something, light on fire, and then stick it on you, and because it takes away all the air.
You know who we need on here? Michael Giles. You could explain all this stuff for us.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him in forever.
So I texted him when I took Sid to 50-50, and I was like, "Guess where I'm at?" Because I thought he'd be there, and yeah, he wasn't there. What a jerk. Stood us up.
Like, he no longer trains there. Or?
No,
For
he
the
was.
people wondering what I'm drinking, it is all this was like Bacardi, a little bit of grenadine, and a little bit of Sprite. So I'm feeling a little tore up right now. I'm actually feeling really good right now.
Yo, guys, I actually gotta get out of here, man, because my wife is
All
on
right.
my phone. But it was been a pleasure seeing y'all again, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bud, man.
Definitely be
Yeah.
happy to come on anytime. All right.
Yeah.
All right, bud.
See you later, Will. We didn't get to thoroughly talk about closeouts, but
we're wrapping up about everything else. We
Man,
gonna
next-
talk about the closeouts, man.
no, it's fine. We'll do it next week. It's
Next
getting kind of late. So,
I will.
all right, Will. See you later.
Hey, bud.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen.
We're leaving too?
I'm hungry. I need to go get something to eat.
Yeah, after that roll. Yeah.
I'm starving. So
Yeah.
Any of y'all doing competitions anytime soon?
Like I said, this
Oh.
summer, hopefully I'm fighting. I want to try to fight. I know I'm trying to get me and one of my junior students to do like a junior division. That'd be pretty
Okay.
dope. But I gotta talk to her, see if she's up for it. Um, and maybe one more guy, but I don't know. We'll see. But we'll keep you guys updated on that.
all
Yeah,
right.
I don't know. I'm kind of thinking sometime in summer, but I got to get my head right and just get back into like serious training. You know.
Yeah.
I think I might do try to do Grappling Industries next week. If not, I want to do the DC Open.
Yeah, I was kind of looking at the DC Open. Maybe hop on that a little bit too. I don't know. We'll see.
All right, gentlemen.
All right, good.
Final thoughts, Wole.
It's good hearing Will on here. Yeah, it's nice hearing his perspective, especially it's kind of give me a bit of motivation to get myself in order and start training, pick a competition and start training for it. So yeah, and I mean I've rolled with him a couple of times. He's a good dude. So yeah.
Yeah, he's quickly become one of my favorite people to see out. Frankie, final thoughts.
Lately I've been thinking about patience. We should start having a little bit more patience. Start, studying ourselves a little more, and trying to become being more professional with our form and training. So yeah, that's all I got for that.
All right, everybody. That's one for the books. We will see y'all next week. Hey guys, don't leave immediately. I'm gonna end the stream and stuff. All right, folks. See you next week.
That's it.